ready, my dear. It's Classic FM 97.3. Whispers there with the beat goes on. Yes, and the show goes on here with every song, you know, but at this point in time, we're putting a pause on the music because it's time for Business Half Hour in conjunction with Nairametrics. I have Uwade with me on the other side, as always. One day, probably he'll be.
Good morning, Bukola.
Good morning. And our guest this morning is Blessing Iberiachu. She's MD CEO 360 Creative Innovation Hub.
Good morning.
Good morning. And she's quite passionate about African fashion and growing the African creative business. All right. So how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you, Bukola.
It's good to have you on the show. And we're talking African fashion this morning.
Yeah.
So
good morning, Blessing. Good morning, Lagos. Compliments of the season as we approach the Christmas and a new wave of the pandemic. I implore all Nigerians to keep safe, avoid gatherings that you have too many people. Wear your mask, social distance, and ensure that you wash your hands as often as possible. This is Business Half Hour. Brought to you by Nairametrics in partnership with Classic FM. Today we have a guest on the show who is going to be talking to us about the fashion industry and not just making dresses, but telling us how the value chain for the fashion industry can better work with in Nigeria and how you can build more businesses to where they are. Good morning, Blessing, and can we get to know you and know more about your business?
Good morning, Waje. Good morning, Lagos. Compliment of the season. My name is Ashu Blessing Ebere, and I'm the MD CEO of 360 Creative Innovation Hub. And for me, I have been in the IT sector for 10 years, so that's something most people don't know about me. I don't know if they know. I was in IT sales and technical sales for 10 years, and I've been. I got into fashion just to help the creative, find a way to leverage on technology to help the creative sector. I'm a mother and I love skydiving. Though it's scary, but that is one of the things I love doing. Yeah.
You're an adrenaline junkie. Kudos to you.
No, not in Nigeria anyway.
I feel you. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
So you like taking risks then? I guess you will fare well as an entrepreneur.
If you don't take risk in Nigeria, you will not succeed. I guess that's one of the things that makes people work better in Nigeria. You just have to, take calculated risk and pray that it works your way.
It's all about moving. Okay, what year?
Yeah.
So what inspired 360 Degrees Creative Hub? When you say 360 degrees, I guess it's something that goes round and round. So what was the inspiration behind it, and how will it serve our market in Nigeria, not just Nigeria? Because anytime we talk about business after on SME, we're looking at businesses that would ensure that they are not only serving Nigeria, but serving the African space and creating the needed economic development across Africa and the world. What inspired them?
Okay, my inspiration came from, so I was selected by Ampion. Ampion is an Ampion venture bus. It's a bus that takes you to African countries, 7 African countries. And on that bus, you have to ideate an idea, develop it, pitch it, and know if you win. So during those tour of African countries, I got to find out one thing. African likes, we are all interconnected. We are all interlinked somehow. So you see some things that we don't do. Like now when you go to Ghana, you see Hausa. And in Nigeria, you see Hausa. Niger Republic, you see Hausa. Like there's so many things that are linked all together. So during those, that bus, I did not pitch fashion because I saw that everybody was trying, we were dressing very nice. So the white people that were in our group loved what we were wearing. So after the Ampion venture bus, I got into European startup bus. This is like another level of it. And in that bus in Europe, we have to tour 7 European countries. And in that 7 European countries, I got to see a hub where you have graphic artists, you have artists, you have fashion designers, you have a lot of things going up in the hub. Like, it's a massive place that you see creativity all about you. So, and when I was in that bus, I saw somebody that pitched in my own bus about having a 3D measurement app where somebody can just use their phone and take their measurements and they will make clothes. What are they trying? They say they want to do sustainability clothing and all that. So I was curious to know. I found out that where she works is a hub, and the hub, there's fashion designers. In that hub, there are photographers. In that hub, there is graphic designers. In that hub, there are buyers. Buyers mean people that will see what you make, and they will say, okay, they want to sell it for you and give you like a percentage. So you only make what is selling. So when I got back to Nigeria, I didn't see any hub like that. We are doing fashion fine, but there is nothing that has to do with you having everything that makes startups work. And in that place, we don't see people making fashion like the way we do it. Nobody gets money to go and invest in machine and all that. No, they go into that hub, they meet a seamstress as a designer, they have their tech pack, they have all that. They meet a seamstress make one piece, they go to a photo studio, like that. So everything was well done. So
how will this serve the market need for Nigerians? Because you've spoken about a number of things.
Sorry, please. So
yeah, you can go on, Bukola.
With 360 Creative Hub now, you've talked about. So how does it work with Nigeria? Tell us about your own hub, what you have put together in your own hub. Then
okay, so now what I've been able to do, because I don't have the kind of funding they have, because they are heavily backed by venture capitalists and government. So what I've been able to do is that I put out a place, I provided all the machines that necessarily a young designer will want to use to make their clothes. I provided the normal cutting tables, the normal pattern machines, and I have like an ecosystem of pattern makers. I have somebody that does pattern, I have somebody that makes. So all you just need to do as a designer is come in with your tailor or with your fabrics and say, okay, this is what I want to make. Now, we didn't stop there. So we tell people, don't make large number of anything that you want to make. Just make simple pieces, okay? Bespoke is different because it's on demand. But when you want to go into ready to wear, don't make so many things. Just make 20 pieces. We have a partner company that does photography. We even have an in-house person that helps you with your tech pack. We have somebody that helps you build your portfolio. So we have somebody that we are working with is they are into helping designers edit their pictures and help you put in a portfolio. So that is what we've been able to do in 360. So when you come into 360 now, you just come in and say, okay, I want to make my own design. I have my own tailor. You sit down and you start making and you pay. You don't need to start investing heavily on sewing machine, paying rent, do your electricity and all that. No, that shouldn't be your problem, because for what I saw happen there is that you are a creative person. You should fuel on your creativity. Every other thing that makes business work, you should be able to have support that will make you grow your business. And that is what we are trying to mirror.
You book ahead as an independent person to come and use the hub.
Yes, we have like a 24 hours Instagram page and a bot, our Facebook and our email, our phone number, our WhatsApp message. Anywhere you want to contact us on now, you can easily go at 360 and you get all those information. Somebody will respond to you in the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, Majai.
Bukola, over to you. Go on with the questioning.
So right now, how does it not serve the market? How does this help?
So now what happens is that young designers struggle with the issue of having to take on so many responsibilities. You see that it's a designer that is making the clothes. It's a designer that is doing marketing. It's a designer. So you see there is content growth. They don't grow the way they need to grow. The ones that are growing are the ones that have figured it out to know that, oh, they need to make this thing a business and not something they do out of passion. So what we are trying to make designers understand is this: be a creative person. Let's help you figure out how to make sales. Let's help you figure out how to make this business a business. So with us, we have a partnership where you can register, get your business registered, get a bank account, be a virtual member, use our address to get, make sure that your business is registered. We help you with your business model canvas. Come in, there's a consultation free hour that we normally do with young designers, okay, free. We help you with your business model canvas. We help you with, okay, your mood board, your tech pack, and all those things. Some of these things come at a cost, but at times we do like free for some people. Now, once all that is done, you know that, yes, you're on the right plan to create a sustainable business. Because what we normally have is that people that sew clothes, they wait for people to come in and give them clothes to sew, friends and family. What happens? Are you looking at the global space? How many can you make? Like, how many quantity can you make of this design? Can I trust you to say you can make 1,000 pieces and you will not fail me? This is why businesses don't grow in Nigeria. And that is why you see, we are trying to say, no, come in and we'll teach you how to create for Nigerian market and for African market. After it's coming, how do you sell in Ghana? How do you sell in, how do you understand what people are buying in those countries? And how will you tap into those markets? Not just abroad, but we have Nigeria, we have African countries that are buying Nigerian stuff every day. They like what we wear. So that is how we help designers to come in.
That takes me to the next question. You know, you've said so many things about having to help people, having to put their content out, creating a market for them, creating an operational base for them. How do you make money? How have you funded this business? And how do you look to raise money in the nearest future? Because all these things that you're talking about, it all comes down to Naira and Kobo. So how do you do this? And how have you done this in the past?
Okay, so for us, making money has been part of, you know, when you provide value, you make money. So making money has been part of the deal. So for us, a daily basis of using the hub is as low as 2,500. Okay, and when we provide these services, it comes at a cost, but not the cost that will. So when you want to, for you to start a business, you need a sewing machine that goes for 120,000 naira. We'll break down that cost for you. You don't need a sewing machine, and you start that business below 120,000 naira. That is how, so we put, okay, cost of starting a business, we put it to you. We put the cost of you running a marketing, we put it to you. I will tell you, with all these costs, we slash it down by 50% and you get what you want to get. So we've been able to do like a business model that we accommodate the big and the large and the small. And so we have a subscription fee, membership subscription fee. We have access to market, our Niru hub. We have a concept store that sells basically Nigerian and African designers in the store. We don't sell anything made outside Nigeria. So in that store is in Oniru, we sell your brand and we position it for global success. We have partnerships. So when you are going into a business, we look at ecosystem mapping. We have partnership with ecosystem people that are complementing our service to provide this thing. And as they are doing that, we earn money from percentage, from sharing model and all that. So this is how we make money. So how do we raise money?
How did you raise money to start this business, and how do you intend to raise money in the nearest future? Okay, we have to be brief on this because we need to take a short break.
Okay, no problem. How I raised money was that I emptied my savings account when I started. I resigned from my job. I used my own money. So, but I got investors last year that invested in the business. They invested and they invested a large chunk of money into it, which gets us to expand. And that is how we've been able to run and raise money. We are looking at raising money because we just launched an e-commerce. So we are building the biggest and the fastest e-commerce that you can get in fashion from Nigeria. So we are raising money. We are looking at raising another money for that, but that's another. But for now, we've raised money with Nigerian equity venture capitalists that has given us money.
All right. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Classic FM. It's Business Half Hour. Our guest this morning is Blessing Ebere Achu. She's MD, CEO 360 Creative Innovation Hub. Wade is also with us from Nairametrics. We'll take a break and we'll be right back as Aliyah urging us to try again in spite of all this morning. Yes, life is not about giving up. It's not over until it's over. If you try, you fail, get up, dust yourself, and yes, you would succeed. Still business half hour here on Classic FM 97.3. Who are there in this on the other side with me. Blessing as
Well, I will
well.
come
We've
back
been
into the
zooming it
studio
out.
next year.
You said?
I said we'll
Hello?
come back into the studio next year.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to having you. Okay, again, let's go.
Well, welcome back to Business Half Hour. We're on the second side of the show, and we've been talking to Blessing Eberiachu, the MD CEO of 360 Creative Home. Blessing, one of the things that we know about businesses and success of businesses is the people that support the business. People are one of the greatest assets of any business. And when you hear business talk about their people, they talk about it with passion and all. So basically, could you tell us like how many people you have within your employment, directly, indirectly, and how these people are of value to your business as a whole?
So, like you said, when I went for an accelerator in Spain, one of the things I got to learn is that people is what makes or my a business. So I choose my team wisely. I don't play with my team and I value them. So if you ask them, my team, so I started selecting my team I was deliberate on the people I want to bring on. So I worked with some people in my former job, so I know the skills. One of the person that I can tell you now, if you look for me, you don't see, that's the person that can respond to you 24/7. They call him Mayowa. I call him the Bing Bing man. This is the person that you will meet anytime, any day, and you give him something to do, he will deliver and deliver excellently. So when I was working, I know that skill was in him. And when I left the job, I had to lure him with a lot of things. I told him, he's my friend. So I told him, come and join me, let's do this thing together. And he believed in the vision and he came on board. So, and other people like that. So when I don't hire based on CVs or what you do, I hire based on the passion, what it is that is driving you. Why?
So what are the two key things that you would say that you consider critically in bringing people on board, either directly as your team members, as partners?
I look at
even
integrity.
the people who are going to work with you as fashion designer.
I look at integrity. I look at empathy. So integrity for me goes a long way, and empathy and is another thing that I look at somebody. So because we are building a community, if you are not putting somebody in your own shoe and be able to say, oh, empathize with what that person is going through, you can't be on my team and I can't work with you, because it's not easy to run a business in Nigeria. So you need to be able to see from both sides and say, okay, this is where this person is coming from. This is how I'm going to help and all that. These are the two things I look at. Two things, empathy and integrity. Integrity for me is that I need to hold you by your word. I know it's very difficult for Nigerians to do that, but as a young person and as a person trying to do business in Nigeria, you need to have one thing. Tell me yes and let me know it's yes. If it's no, be bold enough to tell me that this year you cannot do it. I will tell you I can't do this thing. No. If I tell you yes, I will stick my neck and I will do it. So these are the two things I look at as people before I work with them.
Very interesting.
I'm sure Lagos small businesses are listening to you, and you heard what Blessing said. Your yes is yes and your no is no. And when you say your no, be bold enough to tell the person that it's no. When you consider
it's a key principle. It's a key. I think it's a key principle.
And I agree with you.
It's a key principle.
And so you off air, you told us you've been in business now for the last 4 years. But this year, 2020, has been a tremendous year for all of us. Physically, mentally, health-wise. How have you been able to sustain your business in this challenging time? What key success things did you put in place towards ensuring that you're still in business today? Because a number of small businesses have run out of business.
So one of the things I did when the pandemic hit was that, what can we do? Immediately we started looking, because Lagos state government wanted to give like certificate for people that will move around. I asked my team who will be able to stay in the hub in case if we need to do masks and all those things when masks come in. Nobody was like, but I had one person that could drive and got permits. So we started looking at who do we do masks for. So I partnered with some people in my local community. I said, okay, we'll make 50 masks for you, but we just need money for fabric. So we got them to give us, okay, go and do masks. I couldn't get the government to because you know how it is in Nigeria. But what I was able to do is that I was looking at hospital. We did masks, we did sample or scrub to some hospitals. And some of the private hospitals, can you do 100? Can you do? That's what we keep doing. So we are just barely surviving, just to keep the tellers, this tellers, unfortunate back is that they need something to go home with. They need to eat, you understand? So we need to be able to sustain them during this COVID. And that's what we did. We weren't making money per se because it's just to keep them busy. And the only time what I did is that I don't run gen. If there's no lights during this period, don't run gen because the machines are there, only work when there is light so that we don't incur any expenses. Whatever comes out of it, people take it and pay yourself and all that. So that's what we did. And during those time, me and my team, we did like an ecosystem mapping. And what we did is, okay, who do we talk to? Who do we partner with? Who do we do? And during those periods, we started looking at partnership as a key driver for growth, because we find out that, if we say this thing, want to do it on our own. So we started looking at partnership, and surprisingly, it came out fantastic. So we did a lot of webinars, then Zoom was working. We did a lot of training online. And I got opportunity to partner with a Paris fashion guru and a marketing guru. And they offered to, after doing the physical part, about 5 of them, virtual part, 5 of them agreed to come into Nigeria to train Nigerian designers on marketing, digital marketing and all that. So it wasn't, I didn't expect it, but it came out because,
a blessing came out of it.
Yes, I just shoot my shot like they used to say. And the lady brought in people from Paco Rabanne, people from, those kind of places. And they offered to say, yes, they are willing to come in if we could pay their flights, So it's 2021 kind of thing. I'm going to start writing to people, support this venture, because they are coming into giving their international value to these young designers.
So, Blessing, we're talking off air about the fact that how have people actually embraced the fact that you are running this hub and you can come do your own thing and leave. Sometimes people are averse to changes. How have they embraced it? You talked about bringing in somebody to train, and we talked about certain things. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So firstly, I didn't get a Nigerian trained fashion designer. These ones I didn't get any of them to sign up. The people that came in when we started were people that trained abroad. They learned their fashion, and a little bit of those have seen how fashion work. So they came in, they embraced it early. So we have early adopters. So, but with time, and what was the challenge of Nigerian? This person will steal my brand, this person will steal my style and all that. So over time, I started engaging them. I said, who is stealing your style? I mean, there's nothing you want to invent in fashion that is new. Somebody has done it somewhere, and ideas come to people over time in the night. Is the way you execute it and the way you brand. So we started telling people, that is when you say storytelling about your brand. How are you making people feel about your brand? How do you tell people about your brand? How do you tell the story? How do you make them feel? Even in your process of production, what are the things that you are doing differently that you feel somebody is not doing? How do you communicate that? That is what will make somebody not to buy the other person and buy yours. Because when you go to Zara and you go to H&M, they are the same trousers, they are the same kind of style, they're everything. But why would somebody go and buy Zara and not buy H&M? It's because of the way they tell their story. Why would somebody buy Gucci? It's not as if Gucci is doing something different. All the things they are doing is just the same thing that they have been doing over time, just the way they tell the story.
Interesting.
So I keep telling young designers, I say, guys, you need to learn to tell stories about your brand, not what you produce, because everybody does the same thing at the end of the day.
So time is never our friend when we're listening to brilliant ideas and great ideas to change the economic place in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. But Blessing, 2 things before we go. Where do you see this business in 10 years? That's what. Maybe you quickly give us an idea of where you see 360 degrees of and the African fashion market in 10 years.
Okay, African is going to be is the next thing. So people are so sustainability in terms of coming to produce in Africa, making sure because we are sustainable in the way we do things. So made in Africa will be the top notch. In 10 years, we'll be selling globally. And I said in 5 years, I want to be able to export 50 Nigerian brands across the world. So yeah.
That's a vision. That's a vision. A great vision.
That is what I have hold myself to, and I'm working on that. And I say that because I've even built a partnership with Style in Africa that is happening in Frankfurt. So I'm going to take 10 Nigerian brands to Frankfurt in 2021. So you see, I am making that effort. I want to take Nigerian brands. It's not the ones that you do, the ones unknown heroes, those ones that you don't know, and I'm going to tell their story to the global space. And I want people, that is my vision. In 50 years, Africa should be being the one that will be selling our bright colors, our fine things and all that globally on every store on major London streets, New York, and France.
Like I said, time is never our friend. So usually what we do before we end the show, we get our guests to give us a quote that keeps them going. So what is that one phrase or one quote that keeps you going every day, that makes you wake up in the morning, do 360 degrees and go back to bed, knowing that that's going to wake you up the next morning?
Okay. What keeps me going is that perfection is not a little thing, but little thing makes perfection.
Say that again.
Perfection is not a little thing, but little things make perfection. So over things that you do in little ways, those drop, at the end of the day, when they come together, it becomes like a perfect. So this is what so anything I say, okay, it just, let me do this one, small, it will finally will be there.
Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Yeah.
Mighty ocean. So Bukola, you heard that perfection is not a little thing,
but little things
make perfection. Thank you very much, Bukola, for hosting us today.
Blessing, I'm writing that down.
Thank you, Bukola. Let me see your face, Bukola. Bukola, let me see your face.
Thank you, Blessing, for being our guest.
Okay.
For being our guest on the show. And on that note, Business Hour comes to an end. I hand you over to Bukola in the studio. Bukola, thanks again, and compliments of the season. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Bukola, I can